There was a fire. No, you can't have a cheeseburger. I'm a fire investigator for insurance companies. A few days ago I was at a fire at a super common fast food restaurant helping another investigator process the scene and dig all the fun parts of my job without any of the responsibility or report writing. It was so cold, if you farted too wet your ass hair would freeze. So I was in black coveralls and my black Carhartt with a baseball hat and a regular N95 mask, because fires in fast food restaurants are gross. Yeah, no. I looked in no way like a restaurant employee. Even with the black clothes you could tell I was covered in soot and debris. And what restaurant employee wears an N95 that's been stained black? I was standing outside in the parking lot with another investigator that was there, and we were chatting, taking a break from being in the grossness from inside. The parking lot has been filled with debris. On one end of the parking lot there's a 9-foot tall pile of random burnt shit. On the other end of the parking lot in front of the drive-thru are all the roof ventilation systems that are half burnt and melted in a big pile, along with a whole assortment of burnt shit. There's caution tape everywhere. There is fire debris haphazardly strewn throughout the area. There's a very visible hole burnt in the top of this building. There's a goddamn fire engine parked at one entrance of the parking lot with their lights on blocking the entrance. There was no way to misunderstand what had happened at this building. A man in an old van drives by with his window down slowly staring at us. He has this inquisitive look on his face. He drives past the first entrance, then attempts to turn into the entrance, blocked by the fire engine. He backs out, turns around, then turns back into the other entrance, headed right for us. I say us, the other investigator wisely caught on to what was about to happen, and whispered good luck, and hauled us back inside leaving me alone with van guy. Fucker. Anyway, van guy drives around the big ass pile of ash and stops in front of me. He says, "Hey, what happened here?" I replied for what feels like the millionth time in my career, "There was a fire." He says, "Oh, what started it?" And for the millionth time I replied, "That's what we are here to find out." He says, "Oh, okay. Well, can I have a cheeseburger and a medium fry?" Trying very hard to not say what I truly wanted to say, which was some variation of "Bitch, do I look like a fast food worker?" I told him that no, there was a fire, you can't have a cheeseburger. He then proceeded to ask, "Well, can I have a large Coke then?" Again, no, there was a fire, you can't have a fucking Coke. You know how you can see when someone has a moment, where they have a moment and it finally clicks? This guy had that. He looks at me and asks very intently if I work there. I say no, I'm here investigating the fire. He then asks, and I'll never forget it, "So they're closed?" But why? Feeling like I've met the universe's densest star, I replied, "Because there was a fire." He finally just says, "Oh, okay, well, bye," and just drives away and out of my life. I'm still not sure he truly understood why he couldn't have his food. I walk back inside and the arsehole who had left me there to deal with Jax Klauser himself is standing there and just asks how it went, because I work with arseholes. I'm actually baffled this even happened. So I was a bridesmaid for my cousin. I was wearing a cocktail, navy blue, just below the knee dress. My cousin at the last minute ruined her dress about 1 hour and 20 minutes before the wedding. Me being the only one who know how to sew, runs to the closest Hobby Lobby, it's an Midwestern hobby store, and throw my Jane jacket over the dress, because it was a cold winter day and the wedding was inside, and wear my tennis shoes, since I didn't want to wear my already damaged but matching stilettos. I get to the store in about 30 minutes and practically run to the sewing department. When I find what I need, this happens. Woman on her phone, "Hey, you. Where are the frames?" Me, "I don't know. I don't work here." Then I turn to leave, but get jerked back. "Don't fucking lie to me. Now tell me where the frames department is." I'm telling the truth. Look at me. I'm wearing a cocktail bridal dress. Woman still refusing to back down. "Call your manager. You don't get to lie and get away with it." Manager comes to the yelling and says, "Is there a problem here? Your employee refuses to help me." Manager looks at me, "Ma'am, she doesn't work here, but I will gladly help you." No, she does, and it is her job to help me. Me getting fed up and explodes. "Look, lady, I do not work here. I have 35 minutes to get back to my cousin's wedding to fix her ripped wedding dress. I am already running late." I am wearing a cocktail dress and not in uniform. Now leave me be. This entire thing took about 15 to 20 minutes because I have ADHD and a hard time keeping track of things, especially under pressure. I then run, needing to get going and completely ignoring the screaming woman. I pay for my things as she runs after me, and I run to my car and drive as fast as I legally can, which took me about 25 minutes. I took many shortcuts. We had to finish getting me ready. My makeup ran a little, and the shoes, while I sew the bride's beautiful ball gown. And everything went off without a hitch. I told my cousin about why it took me so long, and she gave me a $20 for my troubles and to pay back for the supplies. I did see the same woman again who had a tiny teacup Pomeranian with her this time. The store was pet friendly. His name was Heldig, it's Danish for lucky. I learned from her that she was bipolar and had not taken her meds that day. She did apologize and offered to pay for my current purchases. I was buying decor for my bedroom. I declined but said thank you. We are actually still friends and I stop by her work to say hi every once in a while. She's a vendor for a flea market. I'm just glad everything kinda worked out in the end. Posted this on Entitled Parents. Told to put it here. Some backstory. I've been working at Walmart for 6 years, and Entitled Dad comes in to shop at least twice every week. So we spot each other there all the time, but have never actually spoken before this point. Yesterday, I was off work, so I went to Walmart to do some grocery shopping. Sure, it sucks to be there while I'm not working, but I get an employee discount. Anyway, as I shop, it's not uncommon for people who shop there regularly to recognize me as an associate. However, they usually leave me alone because I'm clearly not working, not wearing my vest or Walmart hat. This time though, Entitled Dad spotted me shopping. He was in front of the toy department with his daughter, I think age 6 or 7, when he saw me shopping. It should be easy to see that I'm not working. As I said, no vest or hat with Walmart Spark. I was also pushing a cart of food and small household needs. Ed made his way over to me and just stopped directly in front of my cart to keep me from moving forward. Edit. ED is Entitled Dad. ED, I need you to help me get a bike down from the rack. Me, I'm sorry, but I'm actually not working right now. I'm sure there's another associate around here who can help you. But you work here. You have to help. It's your job. As I said, I'm not working right now. I'm just here to shop. You shouldn't be here if you're not working. You're here. So do your job. Annoyed, I tried to turn my cart to get around ED. Even though I wasn't on the clock, I didn't want to say anything that could get me in trouble because I was still inside my workplace. I need to get a bike for my daughter. Are you seriously trying to walk off and not help us? Listen, I'm not allowed to help you while I'm not on the clock. Then, just clock in and help me. It'll only take a few minutes. I can't do that. Why not? I would need a manager to override. I can't just clock in whenever I want. But as I've said, there are other associates here who can help you. ED's daughter was getting upset that no one was getting a bike down for her. ED was getting frustrated, as was I. ED glared at me and grabbed his daughter's hand. I'm going to speak to your manager. I can guarantee that you won't have a job after this. You can't treat customers like this. I'm a customer right now too, man, but okay. ED stormed off with his daughter to find a manager. I finished my shopping. Today at work, my manager brought it up to me and said not to worry about it. Some customers just don't understand the fact that employees aren't always working. We don't help you out of the kindness of our hearts. We help you because we're getting paid to do it. I'd love to find DD's workplace and demand for him to help me on his day off. The clock. I had clocked out and was sitting near the fitting room at work while I was checking my bank info on my phone. Had to pick up some things and didn't know if I had enough money. I had changed my work shirt and was out of uniform. Male customer comes up to me with a shopping cart that had clothes draped on it. See, I need someone to let me in the fitting room. Me, nobody is over here right now. I think they come in at 8. Why can't you let me in? I'm not on the clock and I don't have any keys. So you're not going to help me? I don't have any keys and I'm not on the clock, but my manager is right over around the corner folding clothes. proceed to describe manager. You're not off the clock. You need to get up and let me try on these clothes. My manager is over there. Describe her again. She might have keys. Why won't you go get her for me? You should. I'm off the clock. What's your name? I'm off the clock. What's your name? I'm off the clock. We'll see about that. I'm going to report you to your manager. She's right around the corner. Describe her yet again. Customer walks off to the manager that I had previously described and directed him to. I probably could have left at this point, but I was in a petty kind of mood after this dude's attitude. Plus I figured he'd think I was lying if I left. They return a minute or two later and she's got keys to let him in the fitting room. Dude had a smug look on his face that dropped pretty quickly. Manager, hey SP84. Me, hey, see. Me, get up to leave. Later Ms. Manager, see you tomorrow. Random man shoved me off a treadmill. Had another awful I don't work here lady experience yesterday on mobile, so obligatory apology for trash format. I'm in college and our school requires a uniform that you wear to the gym. Leggings or school issued shorts and a school issued shirt. Also, non-students can use the gym, but they need to have the uniform and a school issued visitor's ID. So I was doing my thing at the gym, watching some Naruto on my phone while I walked on the treadmill for my warm up, and this man marches up to me, demanding to know why there was no one at the front desk to help him. He's not wearing the uniform and he's like middle-aged, so I literally am just like. So I pause the treadmill and my show and say I'm just a student, sorry, but he doesn't believe that. I guess because there weren't that many people in the gym and because I was wearing a shirt with the school name on it, he assumed I was an employee or something. He calls me a liar and says I don't wanna help him because it's inconvenient for me. I'm like, no, I literally don't work here. I'm just working out, sorry. He starts yelling and literally spit is flying out of his mouth onto my face. He calls me incompetent and says I'm too fat to work at a gym, and he's making sure I'm fired on the spot. I hate getting yelled at, so I start shaking, and thankfully some really nice student stops lifting and comes over to ask what's up. So the nice guy is like, is there a problem? And the dude literally says this fatty needs to be fired for not doing her damn job and shoves me off the treadmill. I was completely caught off guard and slightly turned away when he did this, so I faceplant hard. The nice dude is like WTF and comes over to help me up and lunges at the dude, but he realized what he did was stupid or something because he booked it. Nice student gave chase for a sec, but he lost sight of him too quickly. Anyways, I'm fine. I filed a report with the school and I'm waiting to hear back if the cameras caught anything. No injuries besides a few bruises on board and my ego lol. Thank you nice weightlifting dude for giving me a ride home and making sure I was okay, and screw you random man who clearly didn't belong there. TLDR, hostile man thinks I work at my school's gym, thinks I'm lying when I say I don't, calls me fat and shoves me off the treadmill.